Yeah, in this video, I survived 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. Except I become One Punch Man. And this is how it went. The goals in this video are to 1. Slay the Wither. 2. Craft the Punch of Saitama. And 3. Slay the Ender Dragon. And there might be a couple mobs here and there trying to stop us. Think I can do it? Yeah, me neither. Day 1 to 2 started off pretty normal actually. Got a feel for the friendly wildlife, as you do, though it was made clear to me almost immediately that almost everything and anything really was out to try and kill me. But despite that, I made sure to get the essentials like wood and wooden tools. I ended up catching a glimpse of this shipwreck, so I went to go check it out past this mountain. Nah, I'm joking. I went in, but I didn't find anything that great. I found like a buried treasure and some leather armor really, but nothing crazy. I then decided to slay the nearby cows and pigs for the essential food I needed. Though I came across this like spiky jumbo sausage looking thing which started jumping at me all like weird and stuff, and I thought it was like gonna be friendly. It definitely wasn't. It did like 6 hearts to my family tree, by the way. I nearly shot. Anyway, moving on. I decided to myself I'm definitely gonna need a house to stay the night, and I thought this place would be nice. I ended up staying the night in a hole. So I woke up feeling like a new man anyway, okay, so I woke up feeling like a new man, and I thought this place would be absolutely perfect for a brand new house. So I got building, as you do, and I realized pretty soon after that this looks kinda awful. I spent a long time trying to figure out how to make this house look even better. So I added like this staircase in front of the house. It still looked pretty bad though. Anywho, I needed wool for a bed, so I went ahead and slayed the sheep that kind of like around my house kind of. Day 5 to 6, I went mining, got some iron ore, smelted the iron ore, and made a nice full set of iron armor minus the helmet, but it doesn't matter. I then ran around for a while and eventually found this sand village, and I thought to myself that I could maybe find some emeralds in this village, which I actually did, since I need emeralds for the Saitama punch thingy, don't I? So that was useful. I then made my way back home, and it was nighttime by the time I got home, so I just hit the sheets. Day 7 to 8, I headed back to the village I was just at, and I actually found a broken portal. So I went around the side, I got all the sand up, and I opened the chest, and there's a perfect amount of obsidian. There was 3 obsidian and 3 holes in the portal, so that was pretty perfect. That's the well-known fact that I'm a professional moron, so I had to go back home and get flint and steel. So by the time I got back, it was already nighttime, so I just spent the night in the village. Days 9 to 12, I just immediately went for the portal. So luckily, I was actually really fast to get into the nether. The whereabouts of where I spawned was actually relatively safe. That said, until I walked like 10 blocks, maybe 20, yeah, it wasn't so safe anymore. If you thought the nether was like hard on vanilla Minecraft, this was completely different. Anywhere I looked, something tried to kill me, so I had no idea what to do. I was terrified, honestly. And there was so many of everything. Days 13 to 15, I finally found the nether fortress. It took me so long, it just wasn't able to be found. I spent my time doing what you'd expect me to do in the nether, so I killed blazes for blaze rods, and I went for wither skeletons for wither skulls, which that took absolutely ages. I didn't even get it at this point. Honestly, I spent half my time just running. It's a bit small, so you might miss it, but look, there's a dog. Day 16 to 22, you'll notice it's a really long time, and that's because I spent the majority of it just running around, because I wanted to find a bastion, because I know they're so good, and it'd save me a lot of time in getting like materials and tools and better armor. Days 23 to 26, I just spent retracing my steps back to the nether fortress. I eventually found it, and just continued to kill blazes and go for wither skeletons. And finally, it took me so long, but eventually, I got 1 wither skull. 2 more to go. Days 26 to 30, I eventually got 3 wither skulls and was ready to head home. I had the obsidian ready for it as well. So I made the greatest portal I definitely could, and yeah, I was ready to go. Yeah. Anywho, I learned from my mistakes and I eventually fixed my portal. and nonetheless, I headed back to the overworld. Once I was back in the overworld, I realized that I was in some dark void. Oh, no, never mind, it's a ravine. Once I made it back to the top, I was welcomed with open arms and love from all the mobs around. Though I did find another shipwrecks, which I went and checked out. And to my surprise, there actually was an emerald in there, which I really need. Because, of course, I'm such a legendary Minecraft gamer, I decided that the best way up is not through the open water, but through the ice I cannot break. But just like the nether portal, I did learn from my mistakes, and I went, instead of backwards and up the water, I went under the boat and up the water again. I'm a moron. And then literal seconds after that, I'm chased by this glowing bug, massive winged evil bug thingy, which just won't leave me alone. I found a village and decided I want to make a smithing table. And because again, I'm such a legendary Minecraft gamer, I crafted perfectly. Just watch, yeah, just watch. So yeah, I'm good, right? Yeah, I'm really good. Obviously, by using the table, I made my diamond netherite, and then I evicted a villager. I actually decided to move house and live in here instead, so I set up storage and called it a day. Days 33 to 34. I decided I'd go mining, and I found diamonds and got 16 from it. If you're wondering how, I had a Fortune 3 pickaxe from one of the bastions I was at. Now I also found this dungeon which had these evil babies which set you on fire when they sat in your head. It was pretty weird. Though honestly, the best thing I found was a golden apple, and so I just went home and called it a night. I woke up to a beautiful sight of a villager getting bodied. I then headed over there and I found this ice wall thingy, which I don't really know what it does. I then went back indoors to try and craft 2 diamond blocks, and then I placed that into a chest and tried visualizing the Saitama Punch recipe. Days 37 to 40, I spent just running all over the place looking for a pillager outpost, which I actually did find in the end. After a decently long fight with all the pillagers, I found, at the corner of my eye, the pillager chief, and I sniped them from COD. It was pretty good. I mean, it really wasn't, it was mediocre. I then headed home to put my villagers in absolute harm's way and started a raid, which is pretty good. I got exactly what I needed. I needed a Tom of Undying, and honestly the last pillager I killed had the Tom of Undying. It was pretty lucky. I got a dog too. I also got a friend as well who I named Genos. I then crafted an emerald block, which meant I only had 2 more things to get to craft Saitama's Punch, which one of them was a nether star. I decided to make some potions for the wither fight, and then I again hit the sheets. Day 43 to 47, the fight was on. I noticed my mistake almost immediately. For some odd reason, I've placed the wither in open air, so I spent so long just running around looking for a mountain with an inside bit, and I found the most perfect thing I was looking for. It was amazing. So I ran in and I was just waiting. I sat there for so long waiting for the wither to get into a position which I could properly use. Near the end, it came down to the bottom and it was just an all-out brawl. I used everything I could possibly use. I used my strength potions, used my golden apples, used my enchanted golden apple from the bastion, and finally, the wither came down. And finally, they only left one more item that was needed. Day 48 to 52, I basically just made a new nether portal and headed to nether. My goal was to get some ender pearls for 1, the journey to the end, and 2, the 2 eyes of enders I needed for the Saitama Punch. While I was in the nether, I saw the mantis from Kung Fu Panda, so that was pretty cool. Then after that, I just headed back to my portal, straight to the overworld. I made it back, and as usual, called it a night. Day 53 to 54, I had everything I needed. With no hesitation at all, I got started immediately with Saitama's Punch. And finally, I was the One Punch Man. Honestly, being One Punch Man was kinda cool. Everything I was afraid of just didn't matter anymore. And with this newfound power, I decided to just go for the end. What's gonna kill me? Days 55 to 57, I just gunned for the end, honestly. I went straight to the end and eventually found it, which was incredibly far away, but luckily I'm One Punch Man, so I moved fast. Days 58 to 60 I spent just roaming around the stronghold, finding ender pearls and killing endermen, until eventually I had enough Eyes of Enders to enter the end. Day 61 to 67 I honestly just spent messing around. I'm invincible, nothing kills me. Walk up to an anchor to explode it, I sneeze, there's nothing, I'm so strong. I was just having fun. I killed all the mobs around. I stood in the dragon's breath. Got attacked by tons of endermen. And honestly, it's kind of boring. So much so, I just killed the dragon with one punch. After slaying everything I wanted to, I decided, yeah, omelets might be alright. Day 68 to 74, I desperately tried exploring, trying to find anything I can to give me a fight. But everything, honestly everything, was easily killed with one punch. Explosions occurred, Chicken Little tried to kill me, everything tried to kill me, and nothing could. Nothing, I'm telling you, nothing. I got thrown 20 feet, I don't even know, so high into the sky, and I was fine. I mean, this item is right. Having overwhelming strength is pretty boring, actually. Apologies in advance if this video is kind of, really short, or that I didn't go to 100 days. The reasons for that is because once becoming One Punch Man, everything is so easy, and there's nothing I can be afraid of or possibly do. So I thought there's honestly no further place or anything I can do to get better than where I am right now. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the video, because this is my first one, and I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully you like it. It was actually pretty decently fun to make as well, so I hope you enjoyed it.